in a ghost town where the shadows play. Dust rolls where the children used to lay. Whiskey bottles lie in the silent sands, emptied by the touch of trembling hands. A train whistle moans in the distant gloom, calling out like an old forgotten tune. Buried deep in the outlaw heart, love and venom play their part. Underneath the cursed moon's light lies a tale of wrath and blight. The wind whispers secrets hard and tall, buried deep in the outlaw heart. Once loved a girl with fire in her eyes, promises made under starlit skies. But betrayal came on a hellbound steed, left my heart to break and bleed. In the church where we once prayed, flames licked the walls where our vows lay. Buried deep in the outlaw heart, echoes of a love torn apart. Beneath the scorn of heaven's charm, revenge stirs up the dust so dark. The past won't let the present stop, buried deep in the outlaw heart. Now face to face with ghostly fates, in the ruins of my hate I wait. A showdown with my soul's regrets, on a field of dead sunsets. Her memory, a haunting dart, pierces through the outlaw heart. Buried deep in the outlaw heart, forgiveness is a dying art. With every beat away I part from the love that turned to depart. In the silence I accept my part, buried deep in the outlaw heart. In a town where the whistling winds carry sin, under the ghost moon's pale watchful light, lies a dusty road where shadows begin, and the truths you hear are oft a lie. Whiskey bottles clink in forgotten saloons, echoes of laughter buried in sand. Each step kicks up curses under the blood-red moons. In the silent desert, a gun in my hand. Shadows dance over gunpowder serenade, echoes of a bullet through the heart betrayed, where the lost souls wander and the brave ones fade, underneath the sky of a gunsmoke charade. Years ago her laughter filled the autumn air, in a church that now burns in eternal flame. A Promises made in the heat of a desperate prayer. Gone with the wind, just whispers of her name. Dust storms rise where our dreams used to lay. Train whistles mourn like the cries of the damned. In the night, the cold stars have much to say about a love lost and a life forever banned. Shadows dance over gunpowder serenade. Revenge stirs the dust where our bed was made. Ghost towns hold secrets of the love that decayed, and the heart counts the cost of the games that were played. In the coldest hour, the desert speaks of cursed lands and the vengeance it seeks. Face to face, my fate with a gun echoes loud. What's done is done. The shadows whisper over gunpowder serenade. In the silence, my soul's debts are paid. Across this cursed land, I'll let my memories fade. With one last bullet, my peace is made. In the echoes of my gunpowder serenade.
In the shadow of a ghost town, silent breath, where the wind whispers tales of life and death. A lone church bell tolls for souls unseen. In the dusk, a figure on the scene. Whiskey bottle clutched in a trembling hand, crossing cursed lands where no trees stand. Dust devils dance where the church once burned. A lesson lived but never learned. Gone with the devil's deal, he rides beneath the moon's cold watchful eyes. Lost love's heart and a cold gun's feel, riding out on the devil's wheel. Back when the sky seemed brighter here, laughed with her under stars without fear. A stranger's promise, silver-tongued and sleek, led me down this path so dark and bleak. Forgotten graves mark my sordid trail, each a story, each a tragic fail. The echo of the train's last lonesome wail haunts my dreams through hill and dale. Gone with the devil's deal, he rides past hopes like tumbleweeds aside. Lost love's heart and a cold gun's feel, this cursed journey on the devil's wheel. In the mirror of the night, I face my foe, the devil in me I've come to know. Whispered deals in the dark have their price, paid in full by dawn's early light. Gone with the devil's deal, I roam burning bridges to what I once called home. With revenge's bitter seed to sow. Gone with the devil and the winds that blow. Each haunted notes strung on this lonesome road, forever young.
In the heart of the lowlands, under blood-red skies, I ride through the ghost towns where the old crow flies. Echoes of train whistles weeping soft and slow. Past the church with burnt walls where the sad winds blow. 6 bullets of fate in my weathered old gun, each one a memory, deed undone. Shadows stretch long as my sins parade down cursed lanes in the choices I made. Found an old whiskey bottle, dust covered and sealed, in the room where my love's betrayal was revealed. Her picture, a faded reminder of what's lost. A love pure and honest, but oh what a cost. 6 bullets of fate for the ghost that I keep, each whisper a secret that I can't let sleep. Shadows fall heavy in the silent despair on paths paved with sorrow, leading nowhere. There in the silence stood a man once my friend. His heart turned to stone, on revenge did depend. We drew in the dusk, our past written in sand, 2 shadows colliding in this forsaken land. 6 bullets of fate, now 5 in the ground. 1 waits in my pocket where my peace is found. Shadows grow quiet as I kneel and pray in this land of the lost, where I'll soon lay. This darkly woven tale, set in the haunting landscape of a cursed western terrain, tells a story of loss, betrayal and eventual resignation, all framed by the ominous 6 bullets of fate.
The wind moans through the timbers, an old ghost town's lullaby. Whiskey bottles clink in rhythm under a forsaken sky. Dust devils dance on broken streets where lovers used to tread. Each footprint's a story buried in a town too dead to wed. I'm dancing with Ghost Town, shadows in my spin, twirling with memories of sins draped in sin. The moon hangs like a jury in the courtroom of the night as I dance with Ghost Town under fading land and light. Whistle weeps at midnight across the barren moors. Echoes stir the spirits behind the saloon's swinging door. here seeking solace in the arms of a spectral bride. Her betrayal burns like a church on fire, with the devil trapped inside, dancing with Ghost Town. A waltz in the dust, a lover's quarrel settled with each gust. Stars witness in silence in the courtroom of the night, as I dance with Ghost Town, where wrong dons the masquerade. In the heart of the desert, under the storm-closed nest, I face the man who wronged me with a bullet in my chest. Forgotten graves bear witness as the sand whispers confess. In the heat of confrontation, truth bears its final test. Still dancing with Ghost Town, vengeance in my veins, each step a story of love, loss, and pain. Judgment comes like daylight in the courtroom of the night, as I dance with Ghost Town, till my soul takes flight.
In the ghost town shadow, under the devil's moon, forgotten graves hum with an old dark tune. Whiskey bottles lay by the burned out church, where a lone soul wanders, left in the lurch. Dust and memory swirl around the dying flames, echoes of laughter now just whispered names. Blood on the burning barn, paint the timber red, silent screams in the wind. The past ain't never dead, vengeance rides a pale horse through the silent night, whispers of the wrong ones, setting the old wrongs right. A love once bloomed wild like the desert rose, turned to thorns unto secrets nobody knows. A brother's betrayal deep as the mine shaft, a heart turned to stone with every whispered draft, till the fire caught swift in the cold desert air, leaving nothing but ash and despair everywhere. Blood on the burning barn, paint the timber red, silent screams in the wind. The past ain't never dead, vengeance rides a pale horse through the cursed night, echoes of the betrayed burning ever so bright. Face to face with the ghost by the old rail line, train whistle cuts through like fate's twisted sign. You took all I had, his voice to the stars, the truth laid bare like the night's old scars. Blood on the burning barn, under the cold moon's glow, ghost town's heart beating slow in the fire's warm throe. Reckoning comes as sure as the desert's harsh sand, walking through ashes alone, where the old barn once stood grand.
the silent desert, under a blood-red moon's glow, stood a man with a bottle of a whiskey, where the winds of regret blow. The town was just a shadow, a memory of smoke and flame, ghost of a church still ringing, a hymn bearing his name. Oh, the devil's deal and the drifting smoke, signed in the shadows where the lost souls show. Whispers on the dust storms cry, telling tales of how you'll never die. Once loved a girl with eyes like the stormy skies, but the devil had his due under those cursed sunrise. Betrayal came on a cold train's whistle, far and keen, left nothing but her locket and dreams that could have been. Devil's deal in the dusk and the smoke that blinds, promises made in the dark by the strongest mind. Echoes of her laughter swallowed by the sand, in the heart of the cursed lands where we stand. Face to face with the past, in the eye of a dust-swirled fight, the ghosts of a wrong heart rising with the night. Found her grave unmarked beneath the desert scorn, a whispered sorry to the winds, a love reborn. So here's to the devil's deal and the ever-burning smoke, in the land of lost chances where hope is a cruel joke. Raise a glass to the sky, to the love and life I forsake, riding out with the dawn for my damn soul's sake.
out where the whiskey whispers in the wind, scorched land, rattling the skeletons of ghost towns in its command. Dust devils dance where the church once proudly stood, now just charred wood framing betrayal's neighborhood. On the ashes of the lonely road where my heart lays bare, each step stirs the stories that the dead refuse to spare. The whiskey bottle's empty, like the promises she made, under the shadow of the cross where my sins were paid. The moonlight cast long shadows like fingers on my past. Her love was a desert flower, never meant to last. From the silent desert to the cursed train track in, her whispers still haunt me with the winds they send. On the ashes of the lonely road where ghosts claim their due, every footfall echoes a past died in midnight hill. The whiskey bottles shattered like the lies we lived, in the dust of forgotten graves, and nothing's left to give. There's a storm that's coming with memories, it stirs of burning churches and the vengeance that occurs. The sky cries her name in a thunderous mournful ode, her betrayal the spark, my heart the road it erodes. On the ashes of the lonely road I embrace my fate, riding through the shadows of her love turned hate. This whiskey bottle's broken like the oath I swore. On the lonely road I wander, alone forevermore. Each line etches deep into the soul of a man scarred by love and deceit, marking his journey through a haunted, relentless landscape that mirrors his own in the desolation. In a ghost town where the shadows play, dust rolls where the children used to lay. Whiskey bottles lie in the silent sands, emptied by the touch of trembling hands. A train whistle moans in the distant gloom, calling out like an old forgotten tune. Buried deep in the outlaw heart, love and venom play their part. Underneath the cursing moon's light lies a tale of wrath and blight. The wind whispers secrets hard and tall, buried deep in the outlaw heart.
once loved a girl with fire in her eyes, promises made under starlit skies. But betrayal came on a hell-bound steed, left my heart to break and bleed. In the church where we once prayed, flames licked the walls where our vows lay. Buried deep in the outlaw heart, echoes of a love torn apart. Beneath the scorn of heaven's chart, revenge stirs up the dust so dark. The past won't let the prison start. Buried deep in the outlaw to face with ghostly fates, in the ruins of my hate I wait. A showdown with my soul's regrets on a field of dead sunsets. Her memory, a haunting dart, pierces through the outlaw. A dying art, with every beat away I part from the love that turned to depart. In the silence I accept my part. Buried deep in the outlaw heart.
Under a blood-red sky, in the town of Willow's End, echoes of train whistles cut through the silence like a friend. Whiskey bottles lay scattered, secrets hidden beneath the sand. Where chapels once stood, now only shadows of the damned. In the ashes of the lost love, where my haunted heart resides, every breeze whispers betrayal under the moon's watchful eyes. Burning memories in the dust, like churches set to flame. The ghost of you still lingers, a curse I cannot name. A storm took your trace, left me with nothing but a locket and the memory of your grace. You say you chose the darkness with a heartbreaker smile, left me alone with our sins in this cursed mile. In the ashes of the lost love, where sorrow never dies, the winds scream of vengeance beneath the starless skies, haunting the silent deserts where our fates were overthrown. I wander through this ghost town, forever alone. At the crossroads by the forgotten graves, I found your truth, written in the silver light of a merciless cold moon. Your betrayal, a knife's edge, sharp and oh so real. In the vast endless night, a broken heart to steal. In the ashes of the lost love, I lay my spirit bare in the smoking ruins of passion. I found my despair. But in this lonely battle, revenge stirs in the dust. I'll rise from these ashes for justice, for us. So let the desert swallow the story, let the sands claim the pain. In the ashes of the lost love, only the echoes remain. In the shadow of the valley, where the sun forgets to shine, I ride alone, past whispers in the pines. Dust kicks up neath the hooves of my old gray mare. Ghost towns echo tales of despair. A whiskey bottle clinks against my side as I ride toward vengeance, with nowhere to hide. Riding through the last ride under a blood-red sky, past burning churches where the lost souls lie. Hear the train whistle, mourn a tune so wild and wide. I'm chasing shadows on this long last ride. The wind howls secrets of a cursed land. Once loved a woman, she slipped right through my hands. Betrayed by a brother, now foe, not a friend. Left me for dead in a story that he penned. But the desert knows the sins of night, and in its sands I plot my fight. Riding through the last ride under a blood-red sky, past forgotten graves where the dust storms fly. Hear the train whistle, mourn a tune so wild and wide. I'm facing demons on this long last ride. In the mirror of the night, face to face with my past. Every scar, every wrong, shadows cast. With the ending near, this tale's last page, I'll meet my fate with a gunfighter's rage. Riding through the last ride under a blood-red sky. This is my confession, this is my goodbye. Hear the train whistle, sing a hymn so wild and wide. I'm embracing darkness on this last solemn ride. No more shadows, just the truth by my side.
church bells no longer toll. Whiskey bottles lay beside each forsaken soul. whistle splits the cursed air. Echoes bound for nowhere, from nowhere. Gone with the ashes, faded so fast. Memories of the future, ghosts of the past. In the silence of the desert, where the lost love scream, I wander through the remnants of a forsaken dream. Here stood a church, now charred and burned, a testament to the lessons we never learned. She whispered of love as sweet as spring's first rain, but her heart hid secrets, bound in chains of pain. By the forgotten graves we made our solemn vows, but her betrayal left nothing but shadows and hollows. Gone with the ashes, lost in the blaze. The fire in her eyes, now just a smoky haze. In the whiskey's burn, where the heartache teems, I drown in the currents of broken dreams. On that night, with the moon as my witness, I faced the truth as cold as the desert's kiss. A revolver's echo, a cry in the dark. What's left of justice in a world so stark? Gone with the ashes, I ride alone through silent deserts where the winds moan. With each step forward, my past I redeem. In the land of the lost, I reclaim my dream. Gone with the ashes, under starlit beams. In the haunted quiet, I sow my seeds. Lies a town forgotten left with bones and stone beneath the sky, under whispers of past deaths, by the creek of silent weeping, a rusted locket rests. Where the rusted locket waits, there's a tale too hard to speak, of a love lost in the shadows of a vengeance blood deep. Whiskey bottles lay buried in a field of dying flames, each sip a bitter memory, each nightfall whispers her name. Underneath the steeple of a church that burned to ash, a preacher man once told me, son, all love is bound to crash. With a pocket full of bullets and a heart full of rage, I searched the ghostly railroads, turned each cursed page. Where the rusted locket waits, under dust storms rolling wild, lies a story of betrayal, thick as blood forever filed. Train whistles cry through nightfall, over graves no cross can claim, echoing the shouting, echoing her name. In the heat of silent deserts, by a stone unturned, I face the man who wronged me, where the deepest hatred burned. Guns drawn at high noon, only one would walk away, a locket in the dust as night reclaimed the day. Now where the rusted locket waits, a spirit's kept inside, bound by cords of sorrow. In these winds she'll always ride, a town the time's forgotten, but some memories never fade. In the whisper of the valley, they remember Adelaide. So in the shadow of the valley, let the whiskey pour once more, raise a glass to love and vengeance, to the peace we're fighting for. And if you find that rusted locket, let it lie, let it wait, for every heart that's broken has a love it can't replace.
Out where the dust storms whisper old sins, through the ghost of a town with its skeleton grins. Lonesome whistle cuts the silence, a cry in the night. Under the moon's cold watch, I recite my plight. Blood on the devil's deal, dark as the coal. Whiskey burns like the secrets that I never told. A crossroad bargain with a curse on my trail, haunted by shadows on this forsaken vale. She was love's sweet blossom, wild and free, till her laughter turned to ashes stolen by the breeze. I traded my soul on a bad man's word for a tale of revenge through a barrel of hurt. Blood on the devil's deal, red on my hands, tried to wash it clean with the rain from this cursed land. A bottle for my heart, a gun for my fears, drowning in the echoes of our lost frontier. In the shadow of the chapel where we once knelt, I found the truth beneath the lies that we felt. Her voice in the wind, my guide, my light, leading me to break these chains, reclaim the night. Settled in the dust, my revenge was written in a storm of rust. Now the desert knows my story, my pain and my plea. In the haunted silence, her ghost walks with me.
Resonates with the harrowing experience of making a fateful choice, revealing a narrative filled with loss and the desperate quest for redemption, all set in a desolate, ghostly landscape.
In the shadow of the mesa, where the sun bled out its fire, whiskey bottles and dust storms paint the ghost of my desire. A train whistle moans through crumbling stones in a town too dead to die, where my heart lies buried under western skies. Oh, sing that ghost town ballad of a love that's burned to ash, with every chord strummed under a moon so brash. Betrayals breeze through the chapels, charred remains dance with the devils among the windswept plains. She was a wild desert rose with thorns I did not see, her whisper like a serpent beneath the old oak tree. Her lies were a masked ball, her truth the first to fall. In the night where the coyotes call, still haunts my every dream. Oh, play me that ghost town ballad where the shadows know my name. Old ghost waltz in the dust of blame, a heart left hanging on a gallows tight and tall. Echoes of our laughter through the forsaken hall. Churchyard, I faced my fearsome foe. His gun was quick, but my revenge, it was slow. In the silence of the gunfire lay the truth I came to know. She's gone like the dust that I now sow. Sing and the lonely church bell toll. a ballad for the broken in the desert soul.
In the heart of a ghost town under a blood-red sky, an old church burns its ashes, tell no lie. Whiskey bottles lay at the base of forgotten graves, echoes of our laughter carried away by the desert waves. Wind whispers secrets, cold and bleak. In this cursed town, it's the silence that speaks. Oh my love, we danced a dance so wild in the shadows of sin. I was beguiled. You were the storm, I the lone prairie, lost in the dust storm of what used to be. The train whistles mourned on the night you fled, with a heart full of bullets and lies unsaid. Our bed was a coffin, our dreams lay dead, trapped in the memories I can't shed. You promised forever under that old gold cross. Now it's just me and the shadows, tangled and lost. Oh my love, we danced a dance so wild in the shadows of sin. I was beguiled from the depths of night to the break of day. I've been chasing your ghost, but you faded away. Of this town where the wild dogs howl, I found your locket, felt the old pain growl. The truth hid hard under the moon's cruel glare. In this land of the lost, was our love ever fair? So here's to the nights where the whiskey drowns the past and its lies in ghostly towns. Oh my love, no more dances, no more wiles. I walk alone through these endless miles, haunted by the love that time reviles. Bury in your memory under the desert tiles. And as the sun sets on this cursed land, I tip my hat with my heart in my hand. A lone gunslinger, a tale of woe in the land of the lost. Let the cold winds blow. Shadow of the gallows where the cold wind moans, lies a tale of a man, buried bones beneath stones. Whiskey bottle in his hand and a heart turned to rust, haunted by the memories in the desert dust. Beneath the dusty boots lies a story untold of love lost and betrayal in the days of old, where the sun bleeds red on the cursed land, echoes of a gun held in a trembling hand. He rode through silent towns with a ghost by his side, chasing whispers of love that long ago died. In the churchyard at midnight where the dead trees weep, he swore an oath over her grave, a promise he'd keep.
In the heart of the desert where the night is cold, a gunfighter's legacy carved in the sand, leaving nothing but footprints and a shaking hand. So if you wander through this ghostly land, beware the story of the boots you may unwillingly share. Each step uncovers what many have found, a life of shadows beneath the ground.
Out where the whistling winds moan through the thorns lies a prairie so cursed it weeps and it mourns. Under skies painted with the brush of the crow, black whiskey in hand where no clear rivers flow. Echoes of train whistles crying through the night, burning church shadows cast by pale moonlight. Haunted prairie, sing a sorrowful tune under the watch of a blood-red moon. Ghosts of the past in the dust they lay, lost love and betrayal, on this ground they stay. Years ago, a love blossomed wild and free, till it was cut down beneath the old hangman's tree. He promised her roses, but delivered only thorns, left her heart as barren as the land's forlorn. In the town now forgotten, with graves overgrown, her spirit wanders forever alone. Haunted prairie, sing your sorrowful tune under the watch of a blood-red moon. Ghosts of the past in the dust they lay, lost love and betrayal, on this ground they stay. In the silence of the desert, he hears her call from the shadows of the church to the old town hall. With a gun by his side and revenge in his eyes, he seeks the man who told those fatal lies. A showdown looms under the haunted sky. Only one will live, the other will die. Haunted prairie, where the cursed souls roam, now he joins her, never again to roam. In the land of the lost, where the sad winds sigh, love and vengeance beneath the endless sky. Every note like a whisper of the restless dead plays on in the prairie, where the darkest tales are bred. Out where the dust rises, touching the crimson sky, tale unwinds in the shadows where the lost souls lie. Boots stir the cursed and sands past the old decayed pews, dancing with desert wind cloaked in midnight hues. Dancing, oh, dancing with whispers so thin, each step a story of betrayal woven deep within. The wind holds the secrets of hearts worn so thin, dancing forever, dancing with the desert wind. Beneath the ghost town's moon, a whisper on the train's lonesome wail, echoes of a love lost, a bride's forgotten veil. A whiskey bottle glimmers, catching the fading light, memories and regrets, keeping the cold night alive. Dancing, still dancing where the old love has been, spirits in the silence of the lands that sin. The wind knows my sorrow to the gallows pin, dancing eternally, dancing with the desert wind. By the burning church I face my foe at last, shadows cast by fire, flickering with our past. Gun smoke and redemption, the end it did begin. Silent were the stars as the wind swept in. Dancing, oh, dancing with destiny's grin, ghosts of vengeance stoke the fires within. The wind carries my burden across the cursed kin, dancing one last dance with the desert wind.
Out where the whistle cuts the silence of the sand, rode a man with whiskey in his trembling hand. Ghost town shadows on the moon so pale, whispers in the dust a sinister tale. Beneath the devil's deal where the lost souls weep, lies a bed of secrets that the dark earth keeps. Burn out church, the cross stands frail and weak. Cursed are the vows that the forsaken speak. He wore his sin like an old faded coat, traded his love for the lies that he wrote. A dusty bottle and unmarked grave, a heart betrayed by the brave yet depraved. Beneath the devil's deal in the silent screams, echoes of the past tear apart his dreams. Burning memories like the church's spire, kindled by a spark from a liar's fire. In the cold night the devil's deal, where truths are unveiled. He faces down the storm that is hard-hailed. With each thundering heartbeat he makes his stand, a revenant soul in no man's land. So listen close when the night